Hello everyone, welcome to my channel where we talk about things we love like gaming, shows, and anime. Johnny Cage is probably the character you want to choose if you want to brutally beat your opponent to death while sounding cool. He's the hotshot martial arts movie star that was originally intended to be played by Jean-Claude Van Damme. Even his movesets are based on the things Van Damme did in the movie Bloodsport, like the splits punch to the dick, and his cocky attitude. I'm guessing that was coming from the real Van Damme. But anyways, if you're a big fan of the Cage, today's your lucky day, cause it's time for some awesome facts on Johnny Cage. So grab some popcorn, ignore that reality exists, and let's begin with the list. Number 10. Johnny Cage was originally going to be called Michael Grimm. He was the first character to be created in the first Mortal Kombat game, but the last to be given a fatality move. In fact, his fatality was originally going to be just tossing his opponent across the screen, but it was luckily changed last minute into Johnny punching the opponent's head off. Number 9. Daniel Pesina as Johnny Cage never did wear his sunglasses when fighting, but when he was replaced by Chris Alexander to be Johnny Cage, that's when Cage finally started wearing his sunglasses in a fight. Number 8. The Graveyard Arena has a tombstone that says Cage on it. This was included in every Graveyard stage except for the Mortal Kombat 9 Graveyard stage. That's because Johnny Cage is a survivor in the new storyline, and in the original storyline he was killed off in Mortal Kombat 2. And the Graveyard stage first appeared in MK3. Number 7. In Mortal Kombat X, there is an interaction between Johnny Cage and Goro where Johnny says,
Johnny Cage!
Don't you owe me some sunglasses?
Here is what you are owed.
This is a reference to when Johnny Cage fought against Goro in the 1995 film Mortal Kombat. That's awesome, but does this mean it's going by that timeline? Number 6. In 2005, Game Informer placed Johnny Cage in the worst characters of the year list. They chose Johnny Cage from the game Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, which, to be honest, they did give him some really bad dialogue and bad acting as well, which made up for some awkward moments in the cutscenes he was on.
Whoever said anything about there being an us?
She's hot.
Number 5. When Johnny Cage performs his shadow kick or shadow uppercut, it would be green, and as for the second player, it would be red instead of green. However, in Mortal Kombat 9, the red shadow kick and uppercut would now become a stronger version of the green shadow kick and uppercut, as you only see them when Johnny Cage powers up his special moves. But in MKX, his special moves will turn red if his health is below 5 to 10%. Number 4. Johnny Cage wasn't in Mortal Kombat Deception because he was killed in the fight against the Deadly Alliance. You can actually see his body in the very beginning of the opening to MK Deception. His body is in the stairway that leads to the Solnado chamber. Number 3. The Game Boy versions of Mortal Kombat were a complete disaster. As far as I know, they weren't exactly created by the MK creators, and it was third-party companies who worked on the ports, but Johnny Cage was the lucky one because in the first MK port for the Game Boy, he wasn't included due to memory constraints. Number 2. NetherRealm Studios made Johnny Cage become a guest character to another game they worked on, a wrestling game for your phone called WWE Immortals. They actually ended up using the same renders from their MKX game on iPhone for Johnny Cage, but with very few changes here and there. Number 1. If you played Mortal Kombat Armageddon, then you probably remember it mainly for the kick-ass intro to the game. It's amazing as fuck, but a lot of things do happen to the point that some characters start doing shit they would never do. And since this is Johnny Cage's list, I'm going to point out what he did the last time you see him in the video. Let's take a look. If it was a little too hard to tell, here you have it in slow-mo. Johnny Cage straight up shoved Sonya out of the way, making her fall off the pyramid. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this timeline needed to be changed because I'm sure Sonya doesn't want to know about this. Or Cassie Cage for that matter. And with that said, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if so, please leave a like, share with others, and subscribe if you haven't. And don't forget to click on the little bell icon next to the subscribe button to notify you of every new video that gets uploaded to the channel. And if you'd like to support me on Patreon, check out the link on the description and follow me on Twitter to find out which videos are up next. Anyways, I'll see you all tomorrow, and remember to have an awesome day.